Women in STEM Heroes Among Us, an international online symposium organized by STEM Community IUB. I'm Tanfia Khan Disha, and I'll be the host for this session. Today we have with us is Dr. Munima Haque. Ma'am, I earnestly thank you for gracing us with your presence. We are honored to have you on board as a session speaker in the symposium. Dr. Munima Haque is currently serving as an associate professor in Biotechnology program, Department of Mathematics and Natural Science in BRAC University. She received her Ph.D. from University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign from USA and MS from Southern Illinois University. She has over 17 years of teaching experience both in US and Bangladesh universities. Her postdoctoral research was in medical engineering and her PhD research works in biological engineering. She is skilled in nanomaterials, health physics, cancer biology, bionanotechnology, nuclear radiation biotechnology, and so on. Tonight, she will be sharing us her valuable knowledge, impactful contribution, and experience in this field. We, along with the vibrant community of STEM enthusiasts, professionals, and students, are eager to learn from your expertise and insights, ma'am. Thank you again, ma'am, for being here with us. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Tanfia. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk here. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for inviting me as a guest speaker here for this wonderful event for women in STEM, Heroes Among Us. I'm honored to be part of this international symposium where STEM scientists from around the world are invited to provide their life works. Okay, I'm Dr. Munima Haque. I'm currently a professor and program director of Biotechnology program, Department of Mathematics and Natural Sciences in BRAC University. Let me talk a little bit about my background. That's what I was told to talk. I did my BSc honors in physics with minor in mathematics and statistics, and I did my master's in also physics, in nuclear physics, securing first position, both from Russia University. Then I got the opportunity to study in USA under the professor, Dr. Barry Malik. He's a very well-known theoretical physicist in the nuclear physics area. For this, I tried my best to do as much as possible to get a very good research work under him, and my work has been cited hopefully and around the world in different nuclear physics community. After that, I actually wanted to do some bio areas, so I went to University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign in nuclear plasma and radiological engineering to do my PhD. They had a radiological engineering program where I got into the medical physics program. I did my qualifying exam and everything, and I found that I had to leave to some other university. So I had to look elsewhere. So I get interviewed by another professor who was looking for someone like me who had a strong physics and mathematics background and to utilize it in the biological areas and nanotechnology. And he was looking for somebody who has the ability to capture knowledge and research and get training very quickly and get into those areas and produce high quality works. And he interviewed me, accepted me as his PhD student, and I completed my PhD in agriculture, biological engineering, concentration on biophysics and biological engineering. Then I wanted to do biomedical research, and in the same university, Professor Logan Liu, who was my postdoc supervisor, I worked in the micro and nanotechnology laboratory, and I did work on gene therapy and targeted drug delivery using nanotechnology application for breast and prostate cancer cell lines. So there is a lot of diversity in my work. After that, I completed my postdoc 1 year, and I learned a lot. It was a lot of learning experience for me. My postdoc supervisor was very supportive. I actually helped him develop his lab, and the team members, they consisted of PhD students, masters, undergraduate students, and it was a really learning experience for me. I got training and in different research areas and learned different ways to do research both in theoretical and experimental lines. During my PhD study, I got married in USA, and while I was doing my postdoc, my husband, who was there, who was a university faculty over there, he decided to return back to Bangladesh due to his family issues. So I decided to come back also, and I looked for an opportunity for an academic position in Bangladesh in some universities, and I got into as an assistant professor in Department of Tripoli in Southeast University, and started my academic journey there. I was teaching them physics-based courses for Tripoli CSCT students and also architecture students, and also teaching biomedical engineering courses. I also got the opportunity to serve at different committees over there, their examination committees, admission test committee, and other things, including IQSC, which is Internal Quality Assurance Cell. I was a member over there for more than nearly 2 years. After that, I had to quit the job because I had a second baby. Before I had the second baby, I had to make a choice whether continue the job or quit uh, to take care of my newborn son. So at that point, I was working from home as an honorary fellow under Professor Rabbani, who is an honorary professor now, University of Dhaka in medical physics section. And I was taking care of the baby and also producing 8-9 papers per year, although I was not doing work. And then I got into BRAC University first as a part-time faculty. Now I'm a full-time assistant professor, and both my kids are in a school. So I think I passed that test, and now trying to get back to the wagon I want to be. So that's about, in a nutshell, about my academia. Currently, my research work spans different areas in biotechnology, in nanobiotechnology, radiation biotechnology, and other areas. I can show you if I have the presentation here.
Sure, ma'am.
So I'm currently it is uploading in the session. So while we're on there, let me talk a little bit about my research work here. While I came back to Bangladesh, it has been a little bit difficult because I don't have the cutting edge research labs that I used to have in USA. So at the beginning, it was very difficult, but I managed to start from scratch and try to look opportunities, what I can do with my background, whatever little resource I think that I can add, what is common in ground, and then I found on some small research areas I can start working to. By this way, I managed to publish 20 papers up to now in different journals and different conference proceedings in non-ionizing radiation health effects. And currently, I have a bunch of students, thesis students, who are working in Atomic Energy Center, working on different radiation biotechnology areas on soils, waters, plants, and also environmental biotechnology works too. I'm also working with toxicological effects on in the environment and air pollutions and other things. My current research work has direct implications in different areas of research in. Is it upcoming? Yeah. Either. Okay. So that's about my research. Currently, I have students who want to do, and I'm actually teaching a few courses like bioremediation, introduction to biotechnology and genetic engineering research areas, and other areas on medical biotechnology. And it's also quite applicable being a woman. There was a question about what contribution my work has in the STEM fields and for the young students. So I think that it has a lot of work for the community, because the work I do directly for environmental biotechnology and radiation biotechnology and also medical physics all directly imply on public health and health effects and biological samples. So I think that this work all directly involves. I'm also working with some medical doctors like gynecological doctor and some child health specialist, neonatal sepsis and PCOS for women fertility issues in Bangladesh. So those are master students. I'm also have a master students working on neurobiology currently. So I think that this will all help in development of um, direct application in public health sector in Bangladesh and help the Bangladeshi community in future. The work we're doing with NIR, non-ionizing radiation, with health affairs, and we're also going to work on the biological effect side, using whether there any electromagnetic radiation that we're using like cell phones and other electronic devices has any effect on the cells. Like for example, we can do epidemiological survey and other things, but what about whether it really affects? There are certain symptoms, but we don't know why. That's the reason it is happening. So what they do that we can actually do, whether there is any chromosomal aberration in the cellular level, then we can know whether that particular cell which was healthy before and who got irradiated by cell phone, say 4G or 5G for an extended period of time, then how, whether there is a chromosomal aberration happening, whether it's repairing or not. So if we can find out in that level, then we can be able to figure out that how much harmful this is according to the WHO and ICNIRP. Right now, I'm going to submit a research grant proposal on this, and we have collaboration across the campus with Tripoli Pharmacy, and also other universities are involved in this research effort. They are very interested working with me on this. I hope that we'll get the funding, and I will proceed with work with thesis students and undergraduate and master students working on these issues. So this is about my work, and right now about there is a issue. Can I, Tansin, can I talk about something about the women, because it's taking time to upload that presentation?
Ma'am, you can click on the present section and then you can view full screen and it will be shown on the screen as well.
Share screen or
Ma'am,
slides, because it shows uploading.
Oh, okay. If it's still uploading, you can definitely talk about women if you want. Sure, the floor is yours.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. It's a little bit left to upload. I think it's taking time to upload. Okay, all right.
Wait.
Yeah. So once it is done, can I upload it, or you can upload it for me? Can you see it? Okay, I can talk about the. It's nearly done. Yes, it is nearly done. Yeah. So can I talk about the other things that there was, as Salman Roman told me to talk about STEM skills in education we can use for utilizing in life? Can you talk about those things?
Sure, ma'am. Definitely. We would love to hear you.
Yes, okay. All right. So, so the type of research work that I'm doing, all of this has direct implication to our everyday life. So I think I'm very fortunate that I am in a line that I have different backgrounds. I can use my physics when I'm needed, and I can use my math background, I can use my biotechnology background, I can use my medical science background. So in that way I'll be able to teach my students in that process. So my work has been directly used and has been cited in other countries for doing their research works. And I would like to do more in the application side, like waste management in Bangladesh. My students are working on water pollution, micro nanoplastic pollution working, their analysis, and also will work on the bioremediation side. And they're working on the marine bioecosystem, also freshwater ecosystem, in talking about nanoplastic pollution. So that's it. And a few other things that I would like to talk about: advice for female STEM enthusiasts. That's my don't just, if you have a goal, you have a dream, follow your dreams, and you have to believe in yourself and don't give up. That's the whole motto. And me coming from a background from Bangladesh, although my parents were teachers, professors, we didn't have much wealth or anything, but my parents made sure that we have a lot of books. So I got the opportunity to learn many things since I was a child. A lot of emphasis on the books and learning new knowledge. There was no boundary about whether I was a girl or a boy. There was no boundary. And we're human, that's it. So I grew up in that way. I know that many girls in Bangladesh, in many families, they are not treated like that, but I was fortunate. But I tell you that there are other ways that I got into many hardship that, and that you don't get. When I was started my master's program, there was two divisions. One was the nuclear physics and another was the solid state. And I was the only girl in nuclear physics that got enrolled in the master's program because the other ones said that it was too hard. They didn't want to go there. They went to solid state. So I didn't, there was this thing I always remember. I will talk a little bit Bangla here from Rabindranath. He said that, যদি তোমার ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে একলা চলো রে. If nobody hears your your advice, your call, you go on your own if that is what you want to do. So I believe in this. So I want to do something, that's my dream. And if there is nobody with me, then I'll go alone in that way because I believe in myself and I don't want to give up. So that's it. I tried that and I tried to do my best. And I like to divide my time. I don't like to have competition with other people because if I look at other people, that would not work for me because I have a lot of obstacles, a lot of limitations. So I go on my own pace. I divide the 24 hours into small fragments, say 15 minutes, 1 hour intervals, and I do my work into small fragments and I'm just track my progress. That's how I work. So I'm just happy end of the day. 80% of my work is done. I'm very happy. So that I'm just happy with myself and I do gift to myself, something like that. So as I said that I was the only nuclear physics girl in my class and there was more than 90 boys in the class, but I was not intimidated. End of the day, after each class, if my classmates didn't understand any subject, they will come over to me to understand the subject. So it was actually the table turned the other way. I got the opportunity to teach my classmates, so they didn't feel like I'm a girl or a boy because they thought that I knew the subject matter well. So I didn't even feel that it was a problem that I was the only girl. So it was not an issue. When I went to USA, after I did my master's, I went to do my Ph.D. in nuclear engineering. And also when I switched to biological engineering department, both places, incidentally, I was the first Bangladeshi student to get admitted there. So they did not have much idea what Bangladeshi people is. They know Bangladesh a little bit, like it has a lot of flood there and people are very poor. So that's the only idea they had. And they didn't tell me directly, but due to my supervisors and my background and my CV and my interview, they got me admitted. But there might be some people who might have some doubt because what should do coming from Bangladesh and being a female there in the department with so few female students, even in the PhD level, so few students. And I proved them wrong. And very soon they found out that I achieved more than what they expected of me, both my supervisors and other faculties and other things. So I think that that was not an issue. You have to prove yourself that you can do better and they should not doubt you. And you should not have any doubt in yourself. You have to believe in yourself and you have to be confident that I know this. I don't care anybody if they think that you are not good enough, you are a girl, or there is solely much limitations. Sometimes I used to work the whole night, 12, 13 hours experiment. Very few Bangladeshi would do, Bangladeshi girl maybe, but I didn't think myself as a woman. I didn't think myself as a girl or as a Bangladeshi or anything. I just thought I have to do this, I have to achieve this, I can do this, I have the ability. That's all I think. And you go like that, you proceed. When I was doing my postdoc, it was in the micro nanotechnology laboratory. It was such a restricted laboratory and there were very few people there. you get access. You have to have key card to enter. And even in each labs, inside the big lab, there are a lot of labs. And my professor and I was resident there. And in my floor, I was the only girl student in that floor. And in the women washroom, I was the only one using it. So if I leave my key or anything, that I know that nobody, it would not get lost. It is always there. So it was really, interesting. Very
So
few
I
people.
think
Yes.
what you did was really courageous, given that you were the only person pursuing such field, and
Yes.
you were
And
alone. But the courage that needed, you had that in you, and you didn't hesitate. So, what would be
no,
your suggestion for the young, for the female students that we have right now to pursue the field of STEM and without any hesitation, even if they haven't doubt? What's your suggestion in that case?
oh my God, that's a very good question. Thank you. I think that if you like something, you should love a subject. For example, my daughter loves mathematics. I will do anything for her to help her to get whatever she wants in that area. If you are in STEM field, you want to do science, you want to do physics, you want to do chemistry, you want to go for mathematics or any, even biotechnology, just go for it. Don't see what everybody says about it. You have to do. Just first decide what you want to do, find your goal, and don't look at the obstacles. If you believe in yourself, you have to have your dedication. You have to be very punctual. For example, I have two kids, both going to school. I have an elderly mother I have in my home. And I also am the program director and associate professor, and I guide bunch of thesis students, and I also have to be in the thesis defense and other things. So many work is going on. I'm also the program director of undergrad and master's program in biotechnology. So there's so many things that I have to take care of. What I do is do time management. Very important that you have to do time management, and you have to divide the time. You have to utilize this time, and you have to plan ahead. So you want to do something, a lot of work, you have to make sure that you have planned it ahead, so when the time comes, things goes on smoothly. And try your best. Not always that everything will come out successful, but I think that look at Professor Jebar Shira. She just came and talked about so beautifully about her work. She's one of the icons. Just look at their lives, and if they can do it, why not? You can also do it. I believe in that. I'm not as good a star as they are, but I try my best. I was taught in this way. We never had an issue about boys and girls in my home. So I believe in that don't think it like that way. Use whatever opportunity you have. For example, when I came back to Bangladesh, I did not have a cutting edge research lab. And I just start from scratch and do whatever is available with the limited resources, work from there. Yeah. And for all the students and all the young STEM enthusiasts, I think that you have it in yourself. In Bangladesh, our students, our young generation, they're very good in science and math, and they're doing very well. If you look at the results that is happening, they're doing very, very well. And I think that this is a good opportunity for them to continue. I would really, really request the parents to let your daughter to go to whatever line she wants. If she wants to go to medical, wants to go to mathematics, if she wants to go study physics, if she wants to go to do biotechnology, why not? Let them do it. Don't limit her because she's a girl. Don't do that. Please let her do it. She will be the helping person. She'll be the star in your family. I can guarantee you that. Okay. So how many minutes do I have? Yeah.
Ma'am, we have 15 more minutes. We have a question for you from Sneha
Okay.
Ashrafi. What's your suggestion to the young student to explore multidisciplinary subjects, given your career is very diverse and dynamic throughout?
Okay. Thank you. Very good question, Sneha Ashrafi. My suggestion is you can get into multidisciplinary research, but whatever subject you learn it very well. Okay, so you want to go to multidisciplinary subjects. So for example, biotechnology, it is a combination of many areas. For example, there are some STEM fields there too. There is biology, there is physics, there is mathematics, there is chemistry, there is computer science, etc. It is combination of different areas, so it is a hybrid course. So if you learn the different areas well, you can get into hybrid subjects. For example, now I have 5 different research areas like nanobiotechnology, radiation biotechnology, environmental, health, medical, and I also do data sciences. So computational work too. So you can, but what you do is learn each subject well. Then you can combine them together to get to even higher level works. I think that that's what you have to do. Go in an area, find out what are the different interdisciplinary area that particular field needs, learn them well. And you don't learn it in one time. For example, I need to do something, I learn that particular matter like nanotechnology, different areas, and then I enter in the area. So you have to be a quick learner, and you have to have a lot of dedication and not like memorization. Just understand the subject very well and try to implement what you learn, the theoretical aspect, directly to application. That's very important, that you have to use your brain. And for example, I don't study all the time, but I give time to think about that problem matter. That will help you to understand and get into the interdisciplinary area and do research in those areas. Okay, what is the next question? What is your suggestion?
We have our
Oh,
next
your
question. Our society do discrimination not only between men and women, but also between women as in daughter and women as in daughter-in-law. How can we get rid of this problem?
Okay. There's like some our society means we referring to here in Bangladesh. Not everywhere it is like that. When you are in Western countries, I spent some time, and when I was very young, I used to stay in England and in Middle East over there. There was in England and in Western country there was not issue like that much. Men and women, they're working and helping, sharing at home. I know many men. Unfortunately, when when they are in abroad, they help their wives and family at home, like share the burden, working at home. And when they come to Bangladesh, maybe they don't want to do help hand in the house. So there is some discrimination that they don't expect to be worked at home and stuff like that. So that's not the issue in many houses. And about daughter and daughter-in-law, this is a very old age traditional sort of thing for some people who are not that much educated. That was maybe the previous generation. Now things have become very different. I think that new generations are embracing having both their daughter and daughter-in-laws are working and studying, and I think that it will be more common in future, and Bangladeshi girls will come out with they also need support from their family. You cannot do a good type of work, good type of research, and good type of any type of work unless you have support from your family. You need support from your husband, your family members, even your kids. So they know that Ammu is working, Ammu is studying, Ammu is grading exam scripts, so they're very careful not to put their markers in my grade sheet. So yeah, this kind of thing, you need support from the whole family, and that's how. But I think that what it was that before, I think that it is changing now about the daughter and daughter-in-laws. Yes.
Yes, I think, ma'am, we are facing the change overall throughout the time. There was a
Yes.
time where
Yes.
people used to discriminate. Now it's time for change. People are changing. We're in the process right now. Great answer, ma'am.
Yes.
Um, uh, do we have another? Let's see if we have another question.
I'm actually very happy with the organizers for arranging this thing. I got the opportunity to be invited in such a wonderful event that I was, thought privileged to be part of here. And I know that this is a very good platform to talk about women struggles and other things. Yes, Salman.
Ma'am,
Yes, yes. Thank you.
do you
Yes.
think basic
Do you
math and engineering skills should be taught from every very early stage? Salman sir
Yes,
asked.
very early stage. I believe it. Very early stage because in our country we're advancing because we actually teach math in very early stage. Science come a little bit later. Now my daughter is in second grade. I'm teaching her like temperature, electricity, and bones and muscles in science and mathematics, multiplication, divisions. In many countries, maybe it is even after later they are doing the divisions and subtractions. And I think that it should come very early stage, and they should be encouraged. And there is something like about that they should not have some option. I was very surprised that you have an option now in HSC that math should be there in science, and now I think that there is option about either biology or math, and I was really surprised. The students who take biology want to go to medical, but cannot also take math. I don't know whether that's true, but I heard it, and I was really don't think that that should how our students should go in that direction. They should have the opportunity to have both biology and math. Why remove one of them? If somebody wants to have both of them as their course, because they can have all the options open. They should have all the options open because nowadays everything is multidisciplinary. They should not keep it like this. I think that we need to change our and so our next generations that are going, they should go. I have students who have come in biotechnology, and some of them, they could not get math as an option. So it was very difficult. Now, those who did took math as an option, they cannot go into the area where there is biology. So they should not keep it as a separate option. They can have the opportunity to have both of them, So there are students who are good in math too and also biology. For example, I love both of them. I was very good in math when I was little. I used to get full marks, and I also loved science. Both biology and physics I was very interested. So why not have all the areas that you like and combine them together for your research and up, Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. I think the answer main will be encouragement is the key, and we need to encourage kids to learn more about this. I think we have already come to the very end of our session. I honestly thank you, ma'am, for coming here and sharing your valuable insights and experience. I am really amazed how your career was so much diverse and so dynamic, and you had children and you still went on pursuing your career, and you actually rocked it throughout. Thank you so much, ma'am.
I just want to add something which is not maybe appropriate, but I said that if I go to heaven, maybe I will ask Allah that give me some books and something to study, because I love to study and gather knowledge. And one of the reason I came to physics, because when I was very little, I used to ask my parents a lot of questions, and my mom said that you ask so many questions. Why is this? Why is that? Maybe you study physics, you can answer this question yourself. So I studied physics, and I think that to learn about all the unknowns in the universe is something I love. So something that learning different areas on STEM fields and other things, and it does not differ me because I'm a woman. It should not, because we are all human beings. Thank you.
Definitely, ma'am. Definitely, equality is the key. I
Yes,
really
yes.
thank you, ma'am. I hope God do give you books when you reach heaven, and you actually continue to study there too.
Okay, thank you.
With that, we thank you, ma'am, for coming up here.
Thank you
and
all the audience for patiently listening. And I hope that whatever from my experience and whatever I told, maybe if a little bit has given you some encouragement or inspiration, I hope that you will carry with you. If some of my words has given you some points to remember for your in your path of your knowledge, that you get some points to use it, utilize it in your own life, then I will think that my talk was successful. Thank you, everyone.
I hope,
Assalamu alaikum.
ma'am. Walaikum assalam, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. It's definitely success to have you here. And with that, we have come to an end to our sessions. Before we end, we would like to thank our sponsor, Invent Technologies and Raj Laptop Gallery, and our community partners, IEEE IUB Student Branch, and their affinity group, Women in Engineering, Community of Biotechnology, Exome IT, and the Learning Hub.